Hey, how are we? My name's Chris. You all know who I am. I thought I'd just throw my theory of relativity out there because it just seems like pretty easy to understand. I don't pretend to be a scientist and I don't need a 20 year science study to go and understand this. It's like basic relativity that even the dumbest human can understand. It's simple as can possibly be. Everything that we know goes down to the smallest atomic form, atoms, molecules, whatever, and they all hold each other together. Inside an atom there's neutrons and protons, and then the neutrons and protons are made out of quarks or neutrinos or whatever they want to call it, but all at the end of the day, everything within this structure, it all rotates. Everything rotates. Just like the planet Earth rotates, and it causes gravity, and that is what it all comes down to, even at the smallest particle. If you go and get a big bowl of water, or you let the water out of the sink, it starts spinning, and the whole lot gets spun into a center point. Now this is pretty easy to understand, so I'm just going to draw it on this bit of paper here for you, and you can figure it out for yourselves. So here we go. We've got this thing. We'll call this an atom. Now this atom and everything on the face of everything within the universe has a rotation. So we'll say this thing has a rotation that goes this way. And I'll draw 4 of these arrows so that you understand what I mean more in a second. Now, at the center here, that's the radial point, the center of the spinning point. Now I broke it up into 4 parts to make it real simple for you. This part here is joined to that part there via this little section here, and that one's joined by that section there. So effectively that one and that one are joined by this entire bit, but we put a break-up point right there in the middle. Now if this one's spinning here, now it's going to get pulled that way a little bit by this part of the circle, and that bit over there, it's pulling this way, so it's going to sort of pull itself over there, but then it's getting pulled from this direction as well because it still joins back to here. Now over here, this part here joins to all of that, so it's got all of these combinations that are now effectively pulling this mass point in that radius. But if we go all the way around to here, this part here is still connected to that part there, all the way back around. So effectively, this part here is pulling against that part there, via all of these other parts, which now again brings the radius all the way over to here. This little part right here, less than, let's say, 1 nanomillimeter inside of away from that point, it's pulling as well, so that effectively pulls this bit back to here. So you can see if we did that for every single one of them over and over and over and over and over and over, eventually you're going to see that every single part of it, every bit of the mass, no matter where the point is within the circle of the spin, and we'll just put some circles here, there and everywhere, they're all getting pulled past the center point. So effectively, at the end of the day, move it back over here, and we'll draw some more just to make it really interesting. This one's getting pulled by that one, and it's getting pulled like that as well. So effectively, at the end of the day, everything is getting pulled to the center, just simply because of the rotation. If the rotation stopped, then so would gravity. If the rotation of an atom stopped, then it wouldn't pull itself together and the entire fabric of the universe would fall apart. This not only would completely eliminate the fact that there will never be a dead universe as long as something is rotating, and it goes all the way down to the level of the neutrinos or quarks. Even a quark has been scientifically proven to have a rotation. Everything has a rotation. The Earth goes around the Sun. Every single part of it all adds up to one center point. So the way to find the true meaning of life would be to find which part of the universe our sun spins around, and then when they find that part, find the bit that it spins around, and the bit that it spins around, the bit that it spins around. Because if everything spins around and causes gravity to this point, that point there would be effectively a vacuum of whatever mass. It could be the tiny one that's a neutrino, or it could be the biggest black hole in the entire universe. But yeah, like all it comes down to at the end of days is like you spin some water in the sink and it all winds into a center point. Like, why can't some PhD guys figure this out? Pretty simple stuff. Like, check out the water molecules. Simple. That's a pretty big experiment compared to going all the way down to a neutrino scale. That's just the Pressman theory for the day. All the best, guys.